Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country, we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation.
Now, more than ever before, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a better nation. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us work to transform Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. It is easy to complain. It is easy to blame. It is easy to take a boat and go up to Carriacou and Petite Martinique and sightsee and then condemn this and condemn that. That's easy. But when it comes to building, when it comes to doing, when it comes to making a difference in the lives of real people in real situations, they cannot do it. Come, my brother, come, my sister, let us work to build. Let us do something to make the lives of our brothers and sisters better. Yes, you are the opposition, and yes, we know you're going to oppose, and yes, we know you're going to condemn, and yes, we know you're going to criticize. But after a while, it will become too much. In other words, people will be saying, I'm fed up, I'm tired with that. What are you doing to make a difference in the lives of people? Much less your supporters. Because you have supporters in Petite Martinique, you have supporters in Carriacou, and I'm talking to the NNP. You have supporters there. What are you doing to help them? Nolan Cox, for example, he fighting up with his mother's house, which is great, to renovate, to repair his mother's home. This is a good thing, but he comes across as a lone ranger. Why Emlyn Pear and the others who went up to Carriacou and Petite Martinique didn't use that time to spend it on Nolan Cox's mother's home and help him to paint and help him to repair that property? At least that would have been a good gesture. But no, they would not do that. They're not going to go and dirty their hands. To do what? They're good at talking. They're good at dedicating a program or two about Carriacou and Petite Martinique, condemning the Honorable Tevin Andrews, condemning the government, condemning the Most Honorable Deacon Mitchell. That is what they're good at. They went as far as to say, well, the houses from Hands That Save, either Hands That Save or Hands That Serve. It's people who just decided to donate and give from Trinidad, so that's why they came up. It's the negativities at a point now that it can be damaging to the sustainability of anything in this country, to the progress of anything in this country. In other words, they want to discourage the people who came and volunteered and gave the houses towards the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique, the prefab houses. They want to discourage them. They want to attack them. You're talking about 200 more of those houses on their way for the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. But you see, the NNP, they hate that. They don't want that to happen. So they're attacking these people. That is where they're at, attacking these people who come to build these prefab houses for people in Carriacou and Petite Martinique. because they will be moving to PT Martinique very soon. But that is the desperation. Every single thing they attack. The citizenship by investment program, they're attacking that too again and again. Because why? They believe that that particular program is helping Grenada financially to do programs and projects and so on. So they're attacking that now. Every single thing they are attacking. And it scares me because this is the same Grenada they want to come back and govern. This is the same Grenada that they want to be ministers of government and, be in charge of. But you want it to be so flat on the ground. You want it to mash up, to wreck. You want to wreck the thing to get it. So you want to get it in pieces. Are you very good at putting puzzles back together? It is dangerous. Dangerous, but the pressure is mounting on the NNP. The pressure is mounting because, again, you hear about 17 or so senior members of the town of St. George resign yesterday, resigned from the NNP. The NNP is hemorrhaging very fast. It's falling apart. It's falling apart. And the NDC, on the other hand, is united. And I want to big up my good partner, Larry Barry. You're doing a fantastic job, brother. Keep up your good work. Continue on that path. You're my pal. You're my boy. The NDC is united and focused. In fact, yesterday, I wasn't able to do the program. Last night, I wasn't able to do the program because I had a very important meeting with some key people within the organization, which is very good. Chatting the way forward. Not going to detail what we discuss and what we're looking at, but work is being done. So I want to again commend the united team of the NDC. NDC is united and committed to bettering the lives of our people, step by step by step. And we all support each other. We may disagree, but we all support each other. That is the unity you're seeing within the NDC. Solid. And that is what Grenada wants. Stability, unity, focus, vision. Working towards that. That's important. So while the NNP continue to fight among themselves and who resigning and who leaving and who going there and who going there, we are uniting. We are strengthening the organization. We are doing what we must do to guarantee sustainability, not just for the party, but for the country. So we are on the right track. We are on the right track. But here it is, folks. Expect them to attack me in the next 2 weeks. Because I have been a thorn in their flesh. In recent times, we have heightened the pressure, intensify the pressure. So expect them to attack me in the next 2 weeks. But they're quite aware that I am following keenly their posts and their broadcasts, all their podcasts and broadcasts and talk shows. And I am ready to take them to task legally. So they're quite aware of that. In fact, I got word that they're trying their utmost to speak to my friends, people who are around me, because my circle is very small, seeking to find out this and seeking to find out that, right? Because they're scared. On one end, Peter is under pressure, he and his clique. And on the other end, NNP is under pressure with all the mess that's taking place. So Kem Jones is the voice standing in the way of them getting a easy walk, smooth ride. But I'm saying that to say to you, I am ready. In fact, this morning, I spoke to 2 of my lawyers, one here in Grenada and one outside of Grenada. And I say, ready yourself. Ready yourself, because I will sue them. I am not a politician. I am not a politician. I am not running for anything. in this country, right? I am not running for anything, and I'm not afraid to drag these people before the court. They know that. That's one thing they know. I'm not the person who's going to play nice and say, well, we're not going to do that because, not me, I'm dragging a tail to court. And I want money. Money. Right now, I need money. I need to set up my 2 girls to make sure that they have a good future. And if I have to get it from them, once they slander me, once they post and libel Kem Jones, I shall do so. So expect this week, well, the clown might commence that charge today, because, Thursday, she has a program that she does on a Thursday. So expect that, because you see, I have an inside scoop within the whole NNP circle and among those surrogates too. So I kind of know what to expect, what they're coming with, and so on, because I have a deep root in both ends. All right? So expect that. The pressure is mounting. And again, I'm saying to you, Peter David and his people, right? I am not sorry for them. They could resign, they could design, they could retreat, they could publicly say this and that about NNP, PLM or GLP. I am not sorry for them. I have no sympathy for Peter David and his clique. All I will say to him, I told you so. I told you that Keith Mitchell don't like people. He's going to use you. He's very good at using people. And then when you're, to him, useless, he gets rid of you. He knows how to do it. It's what it is. He doesn't like people. So I told you that, exactly that. So I'm not surprised at what's happening to you and all your boys and all your girls there in that clique within the tongue of St. George. It must continue. They have to resign. More have to resign. Nothing wrong with that. Let them resign. Who cares? The NDC is focused. Things are happening for our people in the country. We don't need a spoiler around now. All right? Let him do what he has to do. Who cares about that? All right? Let the NNP and him, let them let them fight, let them do their stupidness. The NDC is united and committed to building people, transforming Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. So let them continue to fight. And this notion, because there are some people out there who are talking and they believe when they talk, people listen. All right? There's this notion out there that this Peter David guy and his clique going to just come into NDC. No. NDC don't want this kind of people in the middle. No, you're mad. If they want to vote for NDC, so be it. You could vote. When the election time comes, go out early and go and vote for NDC. But NDC would never, ever see these people as, and I'm not just speaking for NDC, I'm saying for the supporters of NDC, the people who support the NDC. Because I can't and I'm not going to speak for NDC as a party, but I'm speaking for the supporters. We don't want them. No. Go and vote when election time comes against NNP. Nothing wrong with that. But we good where we there. We are growing. We are expanding. But wherever Peter goes, trouble follows. Always some kind of problem politically. Always some kind of stupidness. Right? So we already know. And I speak to the supporters of the NDC. We don't want these people. And there is no one at this point in time, who could get these people in the NDC? No one. Zero. At this point in time. And in the future. And it was really nice to see Uncle Tilly and the Honorable Dennis Cornwall and the team out there, house to house in St. Patrick East, right? And we love you, Uncle Tilly. We always will. And we know what they did to you during your time. We know. Yeah. You think we know? So, folks, let the NNP continue to fight. We understand that there is serious problems in that constituency in St. Andrew where Kate Lewis is. Serious problems there. Serious problems. A lot of the folks within NNP there, they're not happy with what happened with Peter David and so on. So there are serious problems in that particular constituency. So things are happening. They're having problems. They're having serious problems within the ranks and within the NNP. And that will continue for a while. It will continue. The level of instability within NNPs is so obvious. They're not able to manage their mess and their problems. And it's public now. Let them continue to do their mess. But we are focused. We are united. And that is what Grenada wants. The young people in this country, they want stability. They want unity. They want peace. They want progress. They want to see Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique transformed. In fact, yesterday I was in a bus because I was going down south to meet some other colleagues. And the bus driver and conductor said, boy, that's the first time, meaning since NDC came into power, he's seen so many people on the road consistently. So I asked him, well, why? He said, people have walked. Young people, middle-aged, everybody walking. And that is why you have all this problem for buses. The St. David end, the St. John, St. Mark, St. Patrick end. There's problem for buses. And yes, we know there were a little problem before, but it has intensified. It's not that you have less buses. No, because they fixed the road on the western side. It's just that you have more people. More people going back to school, TAM-CC, because of the free tuition policy. 2 days ago, I met a young lady. She said, Kem Jones, we back in school now, When she said we, 3 of our colleagues, they left school about 7, 8 years ago, meaning they completed secondary school, but they couldn't afford to go to TAM-CC. Now it's free. They got enough CXCs at the time to go to TAM-CC, but they didn't have the money, right? So they went straight and do a little gig and work. But now they're back in TAM-CC. I was at a particular location and they actually stopped. I said, we're back in TAM-CC studying X and studying Y and Z. And I'm happy for them. So people are at work. People are at school, higher learning. Things are happening for our people. Yes, there may be other conditions that causing the problem, but one of them is that people are at work, people are working. There are a lot of opportunities for our people, which is a great thing. So the NNP, they're angry, they're bitter. They want to stop that. You ask Emlyn Pay, okay, you're the ruler of the NNP, right? What do you have in store? What are your plans? What are your programs? What would you do differently to transform this place, to make this place better? Because the people who you have around you are the same old derelict politicians, the same old beat-up political foes. They're the same people. They've been around for 20-something years. In other words, have they improved? Have they updated themselves? Are they current? Are they modern? Are they futuristic? The same kind of people. Do you expect anything differently from them? And that is crucial. That is very, very important. And I am challenging those out there. I am challenging you. to say to you, if you believe in Grenada, make sure you get registered and prepare yourself for the next general election. That's important. Very, very important. Because the next election would be like a movie. You think that the NNP got leaks the last time around? They would get more leaks, more cut skin. Because Grenadians love what is happening to Grenada, Carriacou, and PT. We're not perfect. Everything is not perfect. But we're striving to be. We are working towards perfection. We may never get there, but we are working towards it. So, folks, we have a lot to do. But the NNP, I mean, they would be attacking. They would be coming at Kem Jones. Because Kem Jones is the man they're going to come at, first and foremost. Anytime you see they're scared and the pressure start to mount, they would attack me. But they know I am willing to go in the mud with the pigs and hook them by the nose, because I am not any candidate or any MP for anything, right? I am willing to go in the mud with those political pigs and hook them by the nose, because if you allow those political pigs to let loose and they end up in your house, they go mash up everything in your house. I am willing to take them on. But folks, let me just feature 2 or 3 pieces of positive stuff and come right back to talking with you, because I have so much to talk about this morning. All right, let's
Following the official visit to the People's Republic of China, Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell participated in the Future of the Citizenship by Investment event at Wilton Park, London on January 20th, 2025. The 3-day event, scheduled for January 20th to 22nd, will also see participation from Chairman Richard Duncan and Mr. Thomas Anthony, CEO of Grenada's Investment by Migration Agency. This Wilton Park dialogue will bring together leaders from Eastern Caribbean states who are running the Citizenship by Investment programs, along with relevant regional and global stakeholders, academic experts, and senior representatives from other governments. The event provides a platform for stakeholders to further build on their understanding and clarify concerns about the CBI programs across the region. Prime Minister Mitchell will participate in a panel of Caribbean heads of government.
So that actually happened. So because our beloved Prime Minister is back, all right, that actually happened. And that's key. That's very, very important. And that is why the NNP attacking this particular program, the Citizenship by Investment program under the, I think, either Immigration or Investment Migration Agency or so. They're attacking that because they realize it is a source of revenue for this country, among other sources. But this is a main source. So they're attacking that. All right. And folks on the live, don't worry about the folks who come on. I can see every comment before you see it in real time. All right. And I normally just block anybody who come on. I don't care who you are. Once you come on and you're not in line, I normally block them easily. I already blocked the person, and whoever comes on the live and start acting like some political imbeciles, because there are some of them who acting like political imbeciles, and they're NNP. The majority of them, they're NNP. I would just block them off and block them from Facebook, block them from all the streams, so they would never be able to come back on the live again. So it's only once you're going to get a chance. And the minute I block them, all the comments disappear. Every comment they made on the live, it's gone. It no longer exists. That is how easy this thing works. And I don't really bother about these people. All right? So don't worry about that. Another positive piece there. Right? That's important.
Members of the Grenada delegation that recently visited China to commemorate the 20th anniversary of resumption of diplomatic relations commend the government and people of China for their years of friendship and loyalty to Grenada's development. Grenadian Ambassador to China, His Excellency Ian Marshall, Business Representative in the Senate, Honorable Salim Rahman, Ministers Joseph Andal and Lennox Andrews are grateful to China for all that has been done and anticipates more benefits to Grenada in the future. Several sectors, including education, agriculture and trade, climate resilience, infrastructure and health, will take advantage of agreements signed with the People's Republic of China. Timely, rewarding, fulfilling, beneficial were some of the words used by members of the delegation to describe the recent visit to China.
The visit was a timely visit, being the first visit to the People's Republic of China by a leader of a foreign country. I think it marks the significance of our 20th anniversary of the resumption of diplomatic ties. And I do believe that it's important that countries, not only Grenada, but countries in general, pay attention to their friends and the friends that would lend a helping hand in time of need. It also renews the bonds, it renews the different agreements that are strategic and important to developing countries like Grenada. The present needs and challenges amidst the climate changes and other poverty alleviation.
We are very, very pleased to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the resumption of ties between Grenada and China. And as the song goes, for our independence is only up from here, because the relations that we have with China has been strengthened, and those of us like myself and many others in the business sector who already do business with China, we have signed certain MOUs with regard to trade, and we look forward to increased partnership and trade with this beautiful country and people.
The relationship has been a very fruitful, mutually beneficial one based on respect for each other's systems, non-interference in political affairs or internal affairs, and collaboration to our mutual advantage. So our stay in China has been an extremely rewarding one. The Chinese hospitality is unsurpassed. Every aspect of our stay here was well taken care of.
The visit was indeed very rewarding. China is a place where there's a lot to learn. It is a developing economy. In fact, these days, China is referred to as an emerging economy. It's an economy in which technology plays an extremely important role in the country's economic transformation. Wherever you go, what you see stands out most in China is technology and the use of technology in almost everything that they do. And I think this is something that we need to adopt if we want to achieve greater efficiency as well as effectiveness in the delivery of our services in Grenada. And not just in the public service, but also for the private sector as well. The private sector needs to be as efficient as possible as a basis of lowering cost of production, increasing output, and with it, a reduction in prices, which can allow for more consumption to take place. So the example of extensive use of technology in almost every aspect of the Chinese people's life. China, as a developing economy, a developing country, is playing its part in ensuring that other developing countries can develop, utilizing their example, utilizing their aid, utilizing their grant, utilizing their technology. And most of that collaboration that we have with China comes in the form of grants. And therefore, it will be a great benefit to our people because that's money that we are receiving that we do not have to pay back.
Yes, so again, it was a very successful trip, and it was very historic, signing 13 agreements, major agreements, will benefit Grenada and the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. The Honorable Joseph benefits folks of St. Patrick. Right, so let me get that piece here. Should have it on. All right.
Farmers and fisherfolk to the north of the island will Joseph Andold recently signed an agreement to deepen friendly cooperative relations with the Ningbo province in China during his visit to commemorate the 20th anniversary of relations with Grenada. The agreement will soon see the shipment of equipment and material for members of the farming and fishing communities. During an interview, Minister Andal outlined the contents of the agreement and the direct benefits to the parish. He explained that this is part of efforts to strengthen years of relations between the parish of St. Patrick and the Chinese city.
Ningbo city is located in Zhejiang province in China, and sometime last year, St. Patrick and Ningbo entered into a sister arrangement. Ningbo is a city, St. Patrick is a parish. And one of the main principles of this agreement is that we would collaborate, we would share whatever we have culturally, economically, and otherwise. And I'm very happy to say that we also signed an MOU with the city of Ningbo on our trip here. And the people of St. Patrick, particularly the farmers and the fisher folk, will see significant benefit from that agreement, because within a matter of a couple of months, a shipment of materials and equipment in the parish of St. Patrick.
Wonderful. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Handle. I love that. And I've always said so. If you are in any position of governance, when you go out, engage organizations, think. So while you represent the country and you're pushing the interests of the country, still push the interests of your constituents. So you know the strengths and weaknesses of your constituency. And I want to applaud the Honorable from a farming, let's say a farming, right? I would seek to get farming equipment and materials and supplies for the farmers in my area. So while I would seek to get things to the country, I would localize it and prioritize my constituency from time to time. If I'm from a fishing constituency and I travel out there and I engage NGOs, CBOs, international partners, governments, I will seek to get assistance for them. If I'm in an area where there is high literacy in my constituency, then I would seek to get in to see intervention in that particular area, get assistance with that. If I'm in an area with constituents who suffers from diabetes and hypertension and all these different things, then I would move in that direction. Right? Even an area where the folks, they're young, they like sports, they like basketball, they like football, so it has to be localized. It has to be localized from time to time. So I want to commend the Honorable Joseph Andal. All right? I want to commend him. I want to applaud him. There is some little internet problems, right? So from time to time, you may have to refresh. Just refresh your stream. All right? Just refresh it from time to time. Those things are happening quite frequently these days, but we have to keep moving on. All right. I want to say, for me and the chair that I sit in, I am more concerned about the people who support the NDC and the people who are for the government. Because there are people who do not support the NDC as a party, but they support the government. They love what the government is doing. And as a result, they support that. They want to see the government remain in power. And I am for these people who support the government. I am for the NDC supporters. So I will seek their interest every day. I will look at ways and means as to how they can be assisted. Right? That is my thing. Because what I know, these are the people who will put back the NDC in government. So I am not in the front line of politics, and I am not the person who believes that you need to try to be a hero and look after everybody. I'm not that type of person. In other words, if I have $1 to share, I would give 70 cents or 75 cents to the NDC supporters and to the people who support the government, who want to see the government survive and remain in power for a long time. And then the next 25 or 20 cents I would distribute among the other people. That's me. Other people may do differently, but I am very clear on that. And that is why I have no sympathy for the NNP supporters. I have zero sympathy for them. Because if they meant well, they would support this government to make sure that they continue in power to deliver and to transform Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. The NNP supporters are the enemy of progress. They are the enemy of the transformation of this country. And that's me. That's my position. Because I will always say to you, I will crush my enemies. As long as you are my enemy, I will crush you politically. Because I don't want you to get strength. Because remember, there were those who were NNP. They were eating a good food under NNP. And then they were not removed. In the earlier part of NDC, they did not remove them. They kept them with the contracts and kept them with this and kept them with that. They were eating still. But you were giving them strength. You were empowering them. But the minute time the contract wasn't renewed, then they fall flat. They became weak. And then they also went back to their open support for NNP. A lot of them. So they are very pretensive. As long as they're eating, they play nice with you, right? They play good, they play okay with you. But, but my position is clear. NNP is the enemy of progress. And they're the enemy of the transformation agenda. And you cannot be fair or play fair with them. They don't know about fair play. They don't know about that. They have always, for years, taken care of themselves, their family, and their friends, and their supporters. So they don't know about equity. They don't know about balance. They don't know about equality and justice for all. No. They may pretend that they know, but they don't. So as a result, my position is very, very clear. In everything I do and any access I get to help anybody, I focus on our people first. I prioritize our people first. Because come election day, the NNP supporters will go out and support their party. Yes, that's how they function. And the people who have to go out and support us would be the NDC supporters and those who are for the government, pro-government, those who support the government. So as we navigate this period, we have to always remember that this is how we get to where we are, and this is how we're going to remain where we are in power, by making sure if you have $1, don't try to play hero. Don't try to. The William Pear guy, I'm not seeing his post. He made one post or two on the page, but I'm not seeing his post because I wanted to block him and he's not posting. It seems as though he's afraid, right, to post. So the minute time he pops up, William Pear, and he posts something, I just block him off. I don't care who he is. All right? Just block him on the page. That's how I do it. And I feel good when I do that, Just block them. Come on the page, you behave your damn self in the classroom. Else I just kick you out by blocking you off. So be careful. I'm looking for the post, but I ain't see it yet. I could go back and check it out. Good. So that is what it is. All right? And also, our NDC supporters must understand that sometimes the help that you will get will not be direct. All right? You may not get a package in your hand, but that package might be delivered in a community center, fixing a community center, fixing a piece of road, fixing a piece of drain, fixing a school, fixing the police station, fixing the medical station, enrollment of young people in a particular program, farmers getting assistance, right? The minimum wage review or adjustment, you getting a better wage. The increase in your salary, 13% with fringe benefits, the pay and grade coming for the police, right? And we can go on and on. You get a housing assistance, housing repair. They build your house, or they build some neighbor, family, friend. In other words, sometimes it comes indirectly. And you have to appreciate that. Not every time it's going to come in your hands. Like you, direct, getting it. But if your neighbor gets it, if your family member gets it, you should be happy. If your community gets it, you should be happy. And you should see it as a direct thing coming to you, though we know in reality it's indirect. But you're benefiting because you're going to have access to the facility, access to the service. You have to start thinking in that light. It's different now than then. All right? We have to up ourselves and understand it's no more a eater food. It's no more a handout here and a handout there. You have to work. You have to do stuff. You have to get yourself active. And we are accustomed to that. NDC has been in the wilderness for a long time. 13 and a half years, the first stint. Then you come back with 10 years. So we are accustomed to being innovative, being creative, being independent, finding our way, and taking care of ourselves. So this is nothing new. All right? So we have to think in that light. We have to think in that light. So things are happening for our people, our young people, our middle-aged, our women, our elderly. Things are happening for them. You see, the NNP, they're going to condemn, they're going to criticize because they have no solution. You look at Emlyn Pay and you wonder. I pity Emlyn Pay, you know. I pity her. She doesn't have what it takes. You know, just doing some thinking and looking down the road. Emlyn Pay on a stage, a regional stage or an international stage. She doesn't have what it takes. She lacks competence, intelligence, vision, humility, meekness. She lacks just the appearance. I just can't see her in that light. When she speaks, utter rubbish. People would see her as a joke. They will take her for a joke. But look at who we have as our leader. An intelligent young man. Successful corporate lawyer. Very successful. All right? No, you have to call me after the program. Right. So again, successful corporate lawyer, intelligent young man, humble, simple, a good orator. People look up to him. When he speaks with intelligence, with depth, with vision. He's smart, man. And he's people-centered. He wants good for people and for the country. You see, he was not a politician. And that is why Grenada is moving so fast and things are happening for us, Emlyn Pay and them, they've been there donkey years in the politics. They're politicians. The most honorable Deacon Mitchell, he's not a politician. No, he came from the private sector. So he knows how to get things done, how to make it happen, how to negotiate. How to negotiate and get results. He's results-based oriented. He don't play games. He get the damn thing done. He's different, uniquely different. He's sincere, he's honest. He's people-centered, most importantly. He's down to earth. You watch him, simple guy. Don't believe that he doesn't have, the resources to get the hell out of this politics because he was quite wealthy before entering politics. He didn't have to come into politics, no. But he saw the void, the need for Grenada to be on a different path, for Grenada to be transformed, for things to happen for our people differently. You see, Emlyn Pay and the NNP, all that whole clique, they have been doing the same thing over and over, hoping to get different results. They have been there long. They still, you look at Emlyn Pay, I say, watch that now. She's stale. She drained, she beat up politically. Useless politically. You need freshness, you need newness. You need that kind of vibes, that kind of energy to motivate people, to get things done, to move things forward. You think Grenadians want to go back to that old stale thing and them? Like you have a bread and you make it moss, old stale bread. And the moss sometimes is green, just like an NP. They look, you've been there, you beat up. Move there. Move on. Go on, preach if you have to. Because I think you're more a minister of gospel than anything else. And I don't even know if you're going to be successful there too. All right? I don't think so too. But I'm saying all of this to say we have something working for us. We have something going for us in Grenada. First time in our history, we were able to sign 13 agreements with China. Look at the kind of reception received. Look at the kind of statesmanship we saw in our beloved Prime Minister. And then he went to the United Kingdom because he saw the need to be there because it's very important with the CBI program. It brings in a lot of revenue to Grenada. So being at the table is very, very important. Things are happening, man. Step by step by step. Everything cannot be done one lick. It will take some time. But we are seeing things happening for our people. The NNP going to continue to attack NDC. They would attack me verbally and people around me. But I'm not afraid of them. I have a platform that I can deal with them. But some of the other folks, they don't have a platform to deal with these individuals. But for me, I am willing to go in the mud and deal with the pigs in the mud. I could deal with them in the mud, Yeah. I told them that on umpteen occasions. I'm different. My name is not on a ballot looking for anything. I'm going to go in the mud with them and I'm going to deal with them in the mud because pigs, they like mud. Right? Once you have the hook and the necessary tools, you'll be able to control them, keep them at bay. All right? So, folks, I want to thank you very much for being a part of the program. I want to wish you all the best. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. I will be back with you tonight again in the hub, starting from 8 in the p.m. Take good care. Bye for now.